Lunsemfwa Hydropower Company Limited, LHPC, is a privately held independent power producer, or IPP, in Zambia, specializing in hydroelectric power generation. LHPC's mission is to contribute to national energy capacity's growth while creating wealth for the stakeholders in a sustainable manner that adds value to the community.
We invested in what we call LHPC in 2011 and then bought our share from Vandagårds Invest.
We were the first IPP south of the equator. The success is emanating primarily from the fact that we succeeded to procure this facility with literally no money. We had a good economic case, and the seller felt that we probably were better placed to look after this facility at the departure of ZCCM.
Today, we join a number of parliamentarians, board members and staff of Lunsemfwa Power Hydro Company in a tour of Mulungushi and Lunsemfwa hydropower stations and the entire process that is involved in the production of hydro. A parliamentarian committee on energy visited various private companies in the energy provision to appreciate their efforts, challenges and contribution to the Zambian economy.
I'll invite the station manager here to just run through the circuit, how the water flows up to the power station to start generation.
Where we are standing is the saddle dam for our reservoir. For the forming of the reservoir, we've got a earth-filled dam wall which was constructed more than 100 years back. Then downstream we've got a discharge valve. We recently installed it and commissioned it on the 3rd of February, and it's able to discharge more than 12 cubic meters of water, which we need for our installed capacity downstream. So from the discharge valve, water runs along the Mulungushi River for about 5 kilometers, where we've installed a diversion dam. The water is diverted from the river into a canal. The canal runs for about 2.6 kilometers to the forebay, where we've got the penstocks which run now down to the power station. The station head is 350 meters, which gives us almost about 3.5 million pascals. That's the pressure we use now to turn the water turbine and generate the electricity.
As a committee on energy, we are on this tour to appreciate the efforts of the private sector in energy provision. So we started with a visit from Nakambala in the southern province, and now we are here down in Lunsemfwa at the hydro power station.
Lunsemfwa Hydropower Company has been engineering an optimization program of innovation to raise efficiency in utilization of the water resource. Among others has been the replacement of the Lana Johnson valve that functioned for over 100 years with a new discharge valve. Appreciating this change was the first point of the tour.
In the evenings, we have to do maximum because maybe 5 megawatts will go to sub. It means this has to adjust upwards for more water. Okay? Then when we are scaling down, again this has to adjust. Now, we will explain better when we are there. We are going to put up a 20 megawatt solar plant. So what will be happening is that during the day, because we have sunlight, we will be using more of solar. It means now the discharge has to reduce. Then in the evenings, when you don't have the sun, you have to ramp up as a way of managing the water.
The entourage was then taken to the diversion dam, built to divert water from the main river, the Mulungushi in this case, into a different water course.
We want to utilize this water for the purpose of generation. The water is then diverted into the canal just beside me, and it is allowed to flow for another 2.5 kilometers to what is known as the forebay. The forebay is just a structure, an intake structure, where water then is allowed to go into the pipes, which are normally referred to as penstocks. And there, it is actually from that point that you actually get to have a significant drop in terms of the height. And I think in terms of where we are sitting and up to where the power station is sitting, there is a difference of about 350 meters. it is actually this same height that plays a key role in the production of electricity.
As you try to expand the station, you must make sure that the biodiversity on the natural course of the river is always maintained.
This is our forebay. So this is just a temporary holding point for the water. Then from here the water goes through some trash racks which trap any debris. Then the water goes into the penstocks which are able to see down that side. So down in the power station we've got 4 units. So unit 1 has got its own dedicated penstock. Then unit 2, 3 and 4, they share water from penstock number 2 and number 3. Penstock number 2 and number 3 join into what we call a Manford. Then from the Manford, each water turbine has got its own dedicated water supply line.
Among the major ideas being incorporated into the hydro system of LHPC is combining solar and hydro energies in an effort to save water. The solar project in its early stages was significant in this tour package, a partnership between Sino Hydro of China and LHPC.
This solar project is being built by Lunsenfua Hydro Power Company. We are the owner. As mentioned, I think briefly in the morning, as a company, we are trying to support the government's efforts to try to diversify. Just starting the project, we are hoping to complete in the next 10 to 12 months. That's the plan. And the contractor at the moment, as you can see, they are clearing the site. You can hear the bulldozer working behind there.
It will give the national grid 2 things. One is that it assists to provide the power required, but also it helps to stabilize voltages around the province. For us in this case, the battery is the water. Our battery is the reservoir. That's our energy storage.
So it will be good, as you said, that we can see this project from inception and also to see the commissioning of it.
Indeed.
So we'll be interested to see the progress. But what I liked the most, is the new initiative to also put up a solar plant to try and generate more power. And for me, I think that's very important, given the energy deficit that we are experiencing as a country. And so to see new initiatives coming up to try and provide more electricity, I think that's part on the back of the New Dawn government. Of course, we've appreciated, the challenges that they are also experiencing. And it's something that we are going to look into, as a committee.
Solar with hydropower is a very good idea, because solar is only functioning during the day, and then we can use the water at night. And then solar will also enable us to save water.
The turnaround for creating a solar power plant is quite short compared to hydro. Whereas with hydro, you're probably looking at between 5 and 6, even as much as 7 years to realize a new plant. Solar, it should be possible to realize it within half a year to 1 year.
On arrival at Mulungushi Power Station, the parliamentarians were settled into a presentation of Lunsenfua Hydropower Company with conversations on challenges faced by the hydropower stations as a result of water distribution that is affected by the farming community, upstream, other stakeholders in the area, and climate change.
Our network is connected to the ZESCO grid, which is then connected to the regional grid. We also supply power to Copper Belt Energy on the Copper Belt. So we send power to Copper Belt Energy, they sell to the mines. We also have another customer, Jubilee Metals, that is in Kawe. This is a mining company, Sebo Zinc. They consume directly from us. Then we also sell power to ZESCO. We sell power, so ZESCO, we have 2 business transactions. We sell power to them. We also use their network to deliver power to our customers, but they are also our customers. They also use our network to deliver power to their customers, especially the farmers.
There is this conflict, so to say, between the 2 economic activities, and we have to find, a balance so that these 2 initiatives can coexist, because we wouldn't want also a situation where this investment, the power investment, becomes a challenge to sustain because there's too much water abstraction.
This is the shell of the steam engine.
The distance from here where we are standing to the power station is about 1 kilometer. Wow. So we've got 1 kilometer length of each of these penstocks going all the way to the power station.
So for building this power station, they followed this terrain. Is what was this natural terrain is what attracted.
The tour would be incomplete without a ride on the skip down the gorge where the production of electricity is taking place. Parliamentarians and members of the board, at least those who could brave it, rode on the extreme slant side by side the penstocks that deliver high-powered water down the gorge to propel the turbines into electricity.
Right now we are in the control room for the Mulungushi power station, where we are now controlling 4 generator units. The units consist of 2 machines. One side we've got a Pelton turbine, directly coupled to the other side where we've got a synchronous generator. And together these produce the electricity which is transmitted into the grid.
The available generation capacity was only 5 megawatts out of an installed capacity of 36 megawatts. We then had a development plan which we wanted to pursue, and through that development plan we increased the production capacity of the 2 power stations from the 36 megawatts to 56 megawatts.
All that started well ended well. Conclusion of the day with food and drinks and conversations around solutions of what could be done to maximize operations on electricity production at both Mulungushi and Lunsemfa power stations, and LHPC's contribution to Zambia's GDP and power production.
The bigger Mushinga project, which is actually using the water from here. But that is a big project and it would require a lot of water. So that's sort of the long-term plan.
Some of the things that we are done at LHPC, which looked at ensuring that we continue performing to capacities while we are developing other development opportunities like in the Luano Valley are continued.
My wish would be that we double up and make or find ways of making further investment in hydro, even as we are developing solar systems.
It's good now that we are looking at coming up with alternative, sources of energy, because we do need the energy mix. The climate change has taught us that we'll not always have the amount of water that we've depended on to generate our hydro power. So the energy mix, is really the way to go.
Wow. End of the week, so much to see and so much to appreciate. A tour of a group of parliamentarians, board members and staff of Lunsemfa Power Hydro, appreciating the work that goes into hydro production of electricity at both Mulungushi and Lunsemfa power stations.